So this video is really set out to address the question of why debate Calvinism? Why do you even discuss these things about Calvinism? Why don't you just preach the gospel? It's a valid question, and the same question should be addressed as far as why discuss things with an atheist? Why debate an atheist? Why don't you just preach the word to them? Same thing. You have two categories. You have apologetics, which deals with people outside the church, and then you have polemics, which deals with people within the church. Both are defending the faith. One's defending the faith from the outside, one's defending the faith from within the inside. So you're looking at orthodox doctrines, keeping doctrines straight within the church, and then explaining these doctrines to people outside the church, which is apologetics. And it really comes down to what is the gospel? I mean, if you take some of the tenets of Calvinism, such as regeneration precedes faith, how do you preach the gospel? I mean, if you believe that regeneration precedes faith, that God first regenerates you so you can believe, I mean, how do we preach the gospel? I mean, do we just wait around hoping that God will regenerate us? Or maybe do we wait around so God can give us the gift of faith? I mean, according to Calvinism, we're so totally depraved that we can't even seek after God, or we can't pray to God and ask Him to regenerate us. So when you're preaching the gospel and you subscribe to the tenets of Calvinism, it's kind of difficult to hold on to your doctrines and still evangelize. That's why you don't see a lot of big Calvinist evangelists. Now, there are some out there, but you don't hear them preaching that regeneration precedes faith. You hear them preaching just believe the gospel, which kind of contradicts their whole theology in the first place. But that's what it comes down to. Is it orthodox to say that regeneration precedes faith? Well, you look at this. Look at the Bible. How many scriptures do you need to prove a doctrine? Well, I can show you many scriptures on the doctrine of the Trinity. I can show you many scriptures on the doctrine of total depravity, or original sin. But how many scriptures can you show me that proves that regeneration precedes faith? So, if it comes down to that, what is the gospel? Do we have to wait around? Or do we just preach the word and say, hey, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you will be saved? That's what Paul said. That's what Paul told the jailer. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you'll be saved. He didn't say, wait for God to come around and regenerate you so you can believe. He didn't say, wait for the gift of faith so you can believe. He said, believe in the Lord Jesus and you'll be saved. That's the simplicity of the gospel. And that's some of the reasons why it's very key to keeping orthodox doctrines. Because Paul said, if anybody preaches any other gospel than the one I've preached, let him be accursed. Let him be anathema. So we got to be very careful about the doctrines that we receive, making sure that they don't contradict the gospel that Paul preached. So, to the question of why does somebody debate Calvinism, why does somebody debate an atheist, it's pretty much the same thing. You're just dealing with people within the church, you're dealing with people outside of the church. It's basically the same thing. You're defending the faith. God bless.